NFL on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and the Denver Broncos. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. First carry now for Alex Collins. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Ohio! Flex round!
On 2nd down, Collins. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The safety Landon Collins there to make the tackle.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Now Brissett. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the 1st quarter.
Too many ones in this play. 1st quarter, 1st drive, 1st interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. First carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. He'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Back to throw here. Flushed out right. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And Denver getting set to take the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
They'll begin the drive with Collins. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, Creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Second down, Brissett. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
On third down, Brissett. He's got Lockett. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Brissett now on 2nd down. That's caught left side by Jake Butt. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Let's go!
Brissett to throw on first. Spins by. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Ohio! 3 down.
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid game. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Ohio!
They'll try and run for it with Collins. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
Go! Hey, run it!
And Mike Tomlin going to roll up the sleeves here and say, let's go for it on 4th. A carry for Foreman. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Well, they deemed it 4 down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
That's it, baby! Come on, let's go! White 90! White 90! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Mike 5-2!
Brissett on first down. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Mario Edwards in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Hey! We got 3. Come on, let's go! White 90!
To throw is Brissett. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. The Broncos on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Tight end's right. Hey, guys, check me out. We got 3 down, but we got to stand up over there.
From the shotgun, it's Brissett. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Wade. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. He's going to sling this deep downfield. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw to Barkley on the check down. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards there as they move the chains. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And that one falls incomplete. Try to dump it underneath. Now 2nd down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking at 3rd down here. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short definitely was a great time to dial one up.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. Here's a give to Barkley. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
They'll run with Barkley, and he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
3-19! 3-19!
He'll drop to throw. And oh, it'll be intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the 1st half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple.
Ohio! Hey! Ohio!
Now Collins. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. There to stop him on the defensive side, Lorenzo Carter.
Get there! Here comes the boom! I see!
2 minutes remain in a scoreless 1st half. Back to Denver right after this.
Ohio! Let's go!
On 3rd down, this is Collins. And the athleticism on the spin move allows him to pick up the 1st before he's brought down. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Mike 5'9",
A 1st down throw for Brissett. Ducks him with a grab over the middle. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch. You know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 1st down, Brissett. Drops it underneath for Collins. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. They go play action here on 1st down. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco 1st down. Could we get a touchdown in this 1st half after all? It's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Brissett. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Check 31, check
Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Here's Foreman. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Come on, let's go.
A second down throw for Brissett. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
So now they assess a 3rd and long, and that holding call might have knocked him out of field goal range, at least for the moment. On play action, Brissett. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
9 seconds to play, likely the final snap of the first half as it's 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Looking deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can...
You sure you're ready for the 3rd quarter? Need to use a bathroom or anything? All right, cool. Let's go. Now McManus on to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And the Giants ready to come out now. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. The false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on 2nd down.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll look to throw here. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Gun! 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 Gun!
Back to throw now on first down. Over the middle to Beckham. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Lucky 56.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 42-yard line.
Detroit! 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 Check. 53 flight. Check. 53 flight. Gun! 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 Gun!
Back to throw here. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Chet, a 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. Well, when both guys went up for the ball, I just thought, who's going to come down with it? I didn't think he'd come down with it and then take it all the way for a touchdown.
That's battling, isn't it? Because normally, if both guys go up for it and come down with it, the tie goes to the offense. The defensive player didn't want it to be a tie at all. He wanted a little bit more, took it, and went the other direction.
Extra point from McManus is good, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. New York set to take the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Room here to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. they'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. 53's the mic, 53, check.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
And again, it's Collins. Finding some room at midfield. And finally, down at the 36-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. Now Brissett. That's caught left side by Jake Butt. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Flex round! Flex round!
This is Collins on the handoff. And he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage with a penalty flag down. This might push him back further. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call.
Let's go! What? 90!
From the gun, here's Brissett. And he whips that one incomplete there. They were trying to get it there to Josh Doxson, and it'll bring up 3rd down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Flex round!
It's 3rd and long for Brissett. He lets it fly for Lockett. And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot of picking that off in the end zone. And now 4th down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield. Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10.
Gun! 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 Gun!
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And a loose football. The Broncos say they have it. They do.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
Should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the...
Brissett now on second down. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Ohio! Ohio!
Brissett from the gun on third. And the pressure gets to him again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Taken in at the 11. A nice little juke. A nice job on the return there. 16 yards. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Second and 10 now from the 27. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. It's caught. Beckham. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. He got 29 yards that time. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some...
Oh, no, he lost the football. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Fighting through, and he's got space. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They go again with Collins. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going.
No, check that. We're on like 52 right here.
On third down, Brissett. It's caught, block it. And he'll go down at the 28. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And McManus able to put it through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
New York set to take the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. 3:19. 3:19. Let's go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We take a win.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Steps away to his left. Now he'll throw deep. Oh, wide open, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They give him a gain of 38.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Green, 39.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the G-men have taken the lead here in the 4th. Extra point put through by Succop, and the lead is now 14-10. Now the punter, who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. On the return comes Drake. And he will be marked out right there at the 20-yard line. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want a drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
It's complete to Lockett. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Flex round. Flex round. Check three. Flex round. Flex round.
First down, Brissett. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 52 yards.
Well, there's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. Here's a first down run with Collins. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. second down. Brissett. Out to the left, it's complete to Dykson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads them into the end zone.
The offense on third down tonight, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. They're looking at third and a few inches.
Motion, motion. Flex round, flex round.
Again, left side to Collins. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. Hey, here we go. Ohio, Ohio. Hot. Motion.
Back to throw. And he's got it. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Alex Collins, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Broncos have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. McManus's point after is good. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. Now McManus on to kick this one off. New York set to take the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. He's back to throw. Rolling to his right. Now a desperation throw. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play there for the Giants. 54 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. A handoff to Barkley. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Now let's go.
He'll look to throw. Fighting through pressure. Forced out to his left. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Leopard, Leopard.
They'll look to throw. Staying on his feet. Flush to his right. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. 2 huge plays there down the stretch. The sack on 2nd down. Now they force the incompletion. That's going to lead to a do-or-die 4th down.
And they look like they've got the confidence right now that no matter what gets thrown against them, whatever play gets run, they have the ability to shut it down. They are just brimming with it right now.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Detroit! 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 Hot!
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Escaping the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And McManus able to put it through. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Broncos, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the LA Chargers.